Well, to take stock of events so far, I'm joined by Piers Hillier, the new Chief Investment Officer at Liverpool Victoria Asset Management. Thank you so much for joining us. Now,
Morning.
It does seem like there are two camps. The one, euphoria, saying this is great. It means the Chinese will consume a lot more. It means that the exporters will boost. And the other saying, well, actually, hold on a second. It's not going to go as fast. The government is still going to have a very strong hold on what happens.
The answer is actually both of those. It will improve things, and naturally for those of us who work in markets, we like liquidity and we like flow, and this will improve flow. I suspect it will happen slower than our initial euphoria this morning, but actually it's a positive trend, and I think once you start these things moving, the market anticipates, and I think we've moved pretty quickly to anticipate this is going to happen and it's going to be a beneficiary. I think the one counterpoint is obviously who starts buying US Treasuries if the Chinese think, well, maybe it's not as attractive to buy Treasuries going forward. But generally I think that more than trumps the fact that we get a better trade flow, we get better activity globally. I mean, an astute move by the Chinese as ever, doing it a week before G20. I think they were going to come under political pressure if they hadn't done something.
But Piers, is there actually danger that they will divest some US Treasuries after this move?
I don't think at this point in time. I think they look at a balance for themselves in terms of their trading positions, and they like to actually hold non-yuan currency as well to cover their overall trading position. So I don't think that's a major issue at this point.
Talk me through your portfolio. Are you changing any of your stock, for example, into exporters to take advantage of this renewed flexibility?
Well, it's been a difficult year. We've been much more active normally in asset allocation than we traditionally are, taking advantage of the dips in terms of buying. We bought protection at the end of April, so it's been pretty active. And we used this correction recently to increase our exposure, but mainly to developed markets. I think that was valuation driven. I think I've been on a couple of times and said...
Any industry groups that look more attractive than others?
I think the industrial sector has been a real beneficiary, certainly from a European perspective, but I think we see an overall improvement. And I think you've seen the miners jump this morning on the back of this story. You've seen German carmakers jump on they're natural beneficiaries of that improvement in trade. Anything that you would actually not touch because of the events of the last couple of weeks? I think we've been more cautious, I think, on the utilities sector. Our slight concern in Europe is that governments are desperate to try and find money from unusual places, and whilst we don't think there's going to be something in the budget tomorrow for UK utilities because we need to build nuclear power stations, I think actually in Europe you're going to see something. Germany have already hit their utilities with a nuclear tax, and I think you may see other governments who are in need of funds to shore up their balance sheets looking to tap the utility sector, which may have made supernormal profits over the last 5 years.
Do you have a preference for the European, continental European stocks as opposed to the UK because of the budget tomorrow?
Well, actually, we are long Europe, but we actually hedge the currency back. So certainly from a UK perspective, we much prefer sterling versus euro, but actually we think European exporters with a weaker euro are beneficiaries. So, funnily enough, long European stocks short the currency.
Piers, what about oil companies after the BP saga?
I think... I wrote a piece last week that said to Mr. Obama, be careful what you wish for, because if you stop the offshore drilling, you stop the encouragement of energy diversification, you'll suddenly find the oil price double. So I think he has to be careful what he wishes for.
Piers, thank you so much. Piers Hillier.